Cult of Chucky came out on October 3rd, 2017, and it was a direct to DVD and Blu ray sequel. Well, it's the seventh installment in the Chucky franchise, aka the Child's Play franchise. Now, this is the seventh movie to include Brad Dourif as Chucky, and I have to say that this movie was very entertaining, and it did cover new grounds. And not just that, but it has innovated a lot of things in the Child's Play mythos. Because up to this point, I'm thinking to myself while I'm watching this is like, wow, they really haven't done this before. And there are times where I'm like, why don't they do this? And it actually happens. So this is a very it's entertaining. There are very horrific moments in this movie. There's a lot of gore, which is something that you would expect from Child's Play, but even the gore is also innovative that you haven't seen in a while. And so I do think that this is a very important installment in the Child's Play franchise, and not just that, but right now I'm watching all the older movies like Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. This is probably the only franchise that's stood strong since the 80s, or even further than that. Like even going to the Halloween franchise, which is right now it's almost dead. So I would say until I get to see the new one. But with Chucky, it's the only one that's actually is standing strong and coming out with strong and strong sequels. I enjoyed Curse of Chucky. Seed of Chucky was bad, but at the same time, at least they tried to do something new. So you had in Bride of Chucky, you had a female Chucky. In Seed of Chucky, you had a kid Chucky. Here you had an actual cult of Chucky. So they did do a lot of new things, and there are also other things that happen in this movie that I will not spoil. I think it would be awesome for you to check out and see for yourself on how great and out of the box thinking that these guys are coming up with. Don Mancini came up with the character, and he's written every single movie in this franchise. Yeah, he's had some stinkers, but most of the time he does go against the grain. He does do things that are not necessarily a part of the horror trope. He does do things that would make you go, hey, you know what? That's actually pretty good. And you know what? Even if you're not a horror fan, I think you'll enjoy this psychological aspect of it. And so I would definitely recommend this. I would give this movie 4 out of 5. The only reason why I don't give it the full 5 is because I do think there are many moments in this movie that I thought that was kind of boring and kind of they're treading water a little bit. And at the same time, yes, I do get suspense, but at the same time, you need to spice things up. You need to keep things going, because you do see something that's great, but then you have like a long monologue. And I do think that there are some characters here that weren't used well. Like, for example, the doctor, who was a douchebag, but at the same time, I don't think that he did indeed get his comeuppance, in a right horrific way that he needed to, because hey, he's the douchebag character. I wish they did more to him. Like they would have added more layers to his character rather than being like the cliched doctor. But other than that, great movie, enjoyed it, magnificent. Check it out if you haven't, and rate, comment, favorite, and please subscribe, and check out my next video. I'll be talking about something else.